Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. This is Dr. William Toth calling in from Waller, Texas. In the next few minutes, we're going to have a conversation about convergence and how it creates new customers, new markets, and new streams of revenue. I practiced medicine in Chicago for nearly 12 years. I had an awesome career. I was one of 7 docs chosen to work with the World Soccer Cup. I was on the front page of the sports section. I did basketball camp with Michael Jordan. I sat next to Oprah. I had a great career. And it was the convergence of technologies in the marketplace that propelled me to sell my practices and choose another path for myself and my family. Now, convergence is a term brought to us by Dr. Peter Drucker. He was probably the most respected business leader in our time. For 50 years, he wrote and lectured about business and business practices and business principles, and he said that convergence creates new customers, new markets, new opportunities for those people that see it and get it. He also said that during those times, markets are rearranged and there's a transfer of wealth. And again, for those people that see it and get it. Now, I'm going to give you an example of convergence that you see in the media every single day so that you can confirm what I'm sharing with you. And then I'm going to give you 4 areas of convergence that are creating new customers, new markets, and new streams of revenue for the people that see it and get it today. And so let's move on. We have driverless cars. This is you find this in the newspaper every single day or the news media outlet that you prefer. In 1977, it was just a concept. In 2004, the Defense Department had a $500,000 challenge to the company that could produce the first driverless car. No one claimed the prize. As recently as December 2014, the cynics and the skeptics and the critics were saying driverless cars could never happen, should never happen, because it would cause carnage on our highways. And that you flash forward 6 months and you see that Google penetrates the automobile market. Automobile industry is hundreds of billions of dollars. And in 2015, Google, a technology company, completed 1.7 million miles without injuring a person, without crashing their cars. And so it was a successful test. Apple, a couple weeks ago, announced that they bought an abandoned military facility so they could build their driverless car. Audi announced that they're going to have a driverless car by 2017. And Mercedes-Benz redefined themselves as an urban transportation company and completed this summer the test of a driverless 18-wheeler. So markets are being rearranged and there's a transfer of wealth happening right now, right before our eyes. And this is a lot like cassette tapes. And, back in the days of LP records, and LP records went from to 8-track tapes, and then 8-track tapes went to cassette tapes, and then cassette tapes went to CDs, and CDs went to MP3s, and now MP3s are going to streaming media. This is happening right before our eyes, and every time it happens, markets are rearranged, and there's a transfer of wealth for the people that see it and get it. Now, there's other parts of technology that come into play with the driverless car. We see the convergence of the smartphone in your pocket with an app called Uber that will connect a driver in your community with their personal car to come take you to the place where you want to go. It's displacing the taxi industry and the limo industry very rapidly, and the network of Uber drivers is valued at $50 billion in just 5 years. I myself used Uber for the first time this summer in London while we were on a vacation with the company, Team Elite Trip. It's simple, it's easy, and it's effective. And it's a heck of a lot cheaper than a cab most of the time. Now, what is Uber looking at? Well, what do you think? They're watching Mercedes and Audi and Apple and Google, and they're going, we need to capitalize on that game too. So Uber is looking to connect their technology with the driverless cars. You don't need to believe me to see this. You can see it around you every single day in the media. Driverless cars are everywhere you look right now. And so what I'm going to do next is talk about 4 areas of convergence that you and I can capitalize on today. If it's the right time for you, we're going to show you. Now, the convergence is happening in nutrition. The convergence of technology and nutrition is changing the world as we know it. When I graduated from med school with the technology we had back then, we believed that the brain had a certain number of cells, and if you killed them off with alcohol, that was your tough luck. We were also taught in our lifetime that salt was bad for you, and now we know that's not true. We were told in our lifetime that eggs are bad for you, and now we know that's not true. We were told saturated fats were bad for you. Again, not true. We were told eating late at night would make you fat and plumpy. Again, not true. And I could go on for another 10 or 15 minutes with items like this that have happened just in my lifetime as a practitioner. Each of these has created whole new markets, whole new customers, and billions of revenue. Just look at all the diet plans and DVDs and clubs and CDs and tapes and books and all that stuff that's out there as knowledge converged with technology and certain people took advantage of it. Now, in the last year or so, we have seen 3 major studies shake up the world of nutrition. For over 200 years, nutrition has been about putting things into the body that we're missing, vitamins in particular. And now there's 3 major studies that show that for the masses, supplements do not provide a benefit. Certain individuals need certain supplements, absolutely. And we see another convergence of technology with gene expression. Gene expression come into play, showing us that genes can be used to fight cancer and aging and so on and so forth. And we have a product coming out in November 12th at 11 a.m. Central Time that is so unbelievably attractive because it is part of the revolution, part of the convergence of genetics and technology, and it takes advantage of the narrative in the marketplace about the limitation of vitamins and supplements. Pretty much most doctors that you know will say that supplements aren't worth it, and for the masses, they're right. And that's why youth is so significant. Now, does this mean that the nutrition market's going to go away? No, not by any stretch of the imagination, just like automobiles aren't going to go away. In this year, in the United States, $25 billion worth of supplements will be purchased by people that are aware, and they're watching the technology in the marketplace. They're aware of the limitations of Western medicine. They're aware that prevention is the name of the game, that it's easier to prevent something than it is to cure it. They're aware of these things, and they're spending money on their health care in big ways that are positive for you and I, and positive for them in general. We see other companies getting in on the game too, like Google. Not only are they investing in automotive technology, they're also investing in genetic expression science, $250 million worth to keep us living longer. And so, folks, we see the convergence. And we see that longevity and living longer is becoming more and more important, along with the idea that the body will naturally learn, evolve, and repair itself. Chinese medicine has known this for thousands and thousands of years. Some aspects of Western medicine, like homeopathy and naturopathy, has held these tenets for hundreds of years. The body is a miracle, and longevity is within our reach. And science and technology companies are bringing it to reality today. And a little company in Provo, Utah, has 75 full-time PhD-level scientists on staff focused on the sources of aging. Anti-aging is one of the big trends in the marketplace, and the source of aging is key. If your house is flooding, you shouldn't really be concerned about mopping up the water until you first turn off where the water's coming from. And that's what I mean by sources of aging. And we see the convergence of technology in nutrition and antioxidants, who have been a rage for the last 10 years, and now gene expression coming together under one roof through one little company called LifeGen in Provo, Utah. Now, LifeGen has been studying anti-aging and genetics for 35 years. They have the world's largest genetic database as it relates to anti-aging. The only proven way to extend lifespan is through caloric restriction. And now we are taking that knowledge to create products that mimic caloric restriction. We have used that gene expression knowledge. We bought that company in 2011. LifeGen is the core of what we're doing. We're making products for the inside and the outside of the body that reverse and prevent aging at the genetic level. Now, what you see in the upper left-hand side is the first FDA-cleared facial spa. We can demonstrate to you and show you a difference in your facial appearance in 10 minutes or less. And Brad Pitt and Nicole Kidman, they affectionately call that the wrinkle iron. So you get where I'm coming from there. Show me, don't tell me. And then in the upper right is the first fat loss product based on gene expression science. When we released that to the market on October 15th, 2013, it was reported to be the 3rd largest retail product launch in all of history. $600 million. In the US, it sold out in 2 hours and 32 minutes. And today, 2 years later, it remains our number 3 selling package every single month. In the bottom right, you see the biophotonic scanner, the first and only way to non-invasively measure carotenoids in living human tissue in real time. Now that's key, because that can tell you whether the vegetables you're eating or the supplements you're taking are actually being absorbed by your body and producing a benefit or not. And it allows us to be the first and only nutrition company to give a performance guarantee on nutritional products. You get your baseline score, you go on our products for 60 days. At the end of 60 days, you get rescanned. And if your score hasn't gone up, you get all your money back, including the tax and shipping. That's a win-win. And in the bottom left, you see daily use products. Right now in the world, every single family spends between $160 and $240 a month on toothpaste, shampoo, body lotions, conditioners, etc. And you see here a collection of products that are unique, that are proprietary, and produce incredible benefits. And so that's not even the best part. What's the best part is what's coming. Again, on November 12th, Ageloc Youth, our most advanced anti-aging supplement ever. What makes it unique? It's based on the gene expression science. And for those of you who don't understand gene expression, let me give you an example of what that is. You have in your car a device that plays music. It used to be called the car radio, then a car stereo, and now it's called an entertainment unit. But you can turn up the volume. And when you do that, the structure of the radio or the stereo will remain the same. How it's operating is differently. And that's what we're able to do with genes. We're able to turn on the good genes and turn off the bad genes. And youth will produce systemic youth preservation benefits. And it's based on a blend of natural ingredients that you're not going to be able to obtain through a normal diet. You're going to have to travel around the world. And sadly, for you, if you did that, you would find that our company has purchased the bulk of these items so that we can have an exclusive nature to our product. And so that gives us another unique advantage in the marketplace. You're not going to be able to get it from a normal diet. And these items, these 9 items, have so much research behind them, it's not even funny. They've been studied for years and years and years individually, but yet we use gene expression science to find out what they do as a group. Now, specifically, what does youth do and what did it do for me? In January of this year, for 7 weeks, I was flat on my back. My joints were so painful and so swollen that I could not walk. For 7 weeks, I was miserable. And here's what youth does specifically. It goes inside your body and turns on its ability to make its own nutrients. Remember, the body's a miracle and naturally evolves and heals itself. So we're going to help the body turn on its own switches. 2 areas in particular I want you to pay attention to because they relate to my situation. Now, one of the biggest theories of aging is that once you become sexually mature physically, that's supposed to be funny, haha. And once you become sexually mature physically, your body's inflammatory balance gets out of whack. It becomes unbalanced. And resetting that balance is what youth was designed to do. And for me, and how we see that show up in the marketplace, so the balance starts getting out of balance when you become sexually mature, and 20, 30, 40 years later, people show up in the doctor's office with psoriatic arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, Sjogren's disease, lupus, and all these autoimmune disorders that are inflammatory in nature. It starts slow and becomes a raging fire. Youth is the fire extinguisher. It also turns on the tissue regeneration mechanisms because after you damage something with inflammation, it has to be fixed. And so tissue regeneration is key to the long-term health of the body. In summary, all those words are summarized right here. And what's most exciting for me, since my background is neurology, is that in October, we're supposed to have, now again, publications sometimes get delayed, but in October, we're supposed to have a study that shows the brain activity of someone before youth and on youth. This is super exciting, folks. Think for a moment where you left your car keys recently, or the last time you lost them, or your glasses, or your cell phone, or maybe you forgot to check your cell phone, or maybe you go to a family event and forget somebody's name. These are common experiences that people have. And so youth might make a difference. Everyone's an experiment of one. And so my youth story is this. I was on my back for 7 weeks. 1 capsule of youth removed half my swelling and half my inflammation. 3 days later, after being on youth, 3 days of being on youth, I was able to walk to the bathroom again. Now, I'm just an experiment of one, just like you're an experiment of one. I'm not making any claims because everybody's different. What works for me might not work for you. The best way you're going to find out if it works for you is if you use the product. It'll be available November 12th. And so that, folks, is super exciting. And what's even more exciting after that is the convergence of technology coming into the skincare market, giving people personalized skincare. That device you see on the right-hand side of your screen, it cost us $30 million to build that. It's new technology. It calibrates to the temperature and humidity of your house, and it'll dispense exactly what you need for your skin based on an app that you fill out. You're going to create a product that's specific to you and your skin and the temperature and humidity of your community. And those cartridges, those little blue and gray and purple cartridges you see there, think for a moment of the printer in your house or office. What do you put in it so that you can keep printing? In 2014, Hewlett-Packard, which makes printers as well as medical technology and stuff for the space shuttle and so forth, in Hewlett-Packard in 2014, 40% of the revenue was from ink cartridges. Another example would be Keurig Green Mountain Coffee. In 2014, $4.5 billion worth of individualized coffee K-cups were delivered to people on a monthly, weekly, or daily basis. And so personalized skincare, personalized coffee, all coming at you. The trends in the marketplace. Some people will see it. Some people will wonder what happens. Some people will capitalize on it. And the great thing about our products, folks, is that they all have a money-back guarantee. If you're a customer, you have 30 days. If you're our business partner, you have up to 1 year to get a 90% refund. So we eliminate the risk for our customers and our business partners. And who's the we? Well, the we is Nu Skin. We've been in business now for 31 years. We're publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange, and that is a good thing, a bad thing, and a great thing. It's good when the stock's going up. It's bad when the stock's going down. It's great because we're transparent. We can show you where the money comes and goes. We're publicly traded. That's part of the deal. Now, Forbes magazine said we were number 5 out of the top 100 most trustworthy companies in America. Fortune in 2014 said we were number 68 of the fastest growing 100 companies in America. So if you're looking to compress time and leverage your time and grab a hold of the convergence in the marketplace and improve your situation, do you want to get on board with a company that's making 8-track tapes, or do you want to get on board with a company that's right in front of the marketplace as it's unfolding? And that's who we are, and that's what we're doing. We also give back. We have 3 philanthropies. Force for Good Foundation, Nourish the Children is my favorite. No child should ever have to go to bed hungry. And collectively, our company every single day feeds over 100,000 children somewhere in the world, yes, even in the US. Our Epic line, 25 cents of every single product goes back to the indigenous cultures that helped us with the plant knowledge to create those products. It's a win, win, and win. And now I want to talk about another convergence that's happening in the marketplace, the communication convergence. Right now, in America, we're seeing the disappearance or the displacement of newspapers. Last week or a couple weeks ago, the San Francisco Chronicle sold for $80 million. That sounds good, but a couple of years earlier, it was valued at $1 billion. We see the rising prevalence of on-demand media. We see ABC News and CNN, constantly negative news, shrinking dramatically because you have to sit down at a certain time to watch the news. But the on-demand feature of companies like Netflix make them much more valuable. We see the rise of networks. We see Pinterest and Instagram, Twitter, and countless others, and Facebook. These are large networks of weak connections, what we call weak connections, that can be monetized. And right now, Facebook is monetizing their network. They're worth $260 billion. That means every one of the people connected to Facebook is worth over $260. There's a couple billion people in Facebook. And right now, companies are trying to monetize your network. But the person who's best positioned to do that is you. You're in the best position to monetize your network. And today, you should be aware that your income is the average of your 5 closest friends. So is your body fat percentage. And you're in the best position to monetize your network. Companies like Facebook are doing it. Companies like DirecTV are trying to do it. They'll give you $100 for referring a friend to DirecTV. I currently have 8,000 names in my phone. If I monetize that, if I got every single one of those 8,000 people to switch to DirecTV, I would have $800,000 in my bank account. One time. Not such a good strategy. You want to get money every single month. DirecTV is a monthly subscription. It'd be a better deal if they gave you a percentage every month. Now that would work. And that's what we do. And direct sales today, as we know it, is changing right in front of us. Gone is the hotel meetings. Gone is the newspaper ads. Gone is the $100 bills dropped on the sidewalk. Gone is the flyers on your cars. Gone. It's changing. And those who can ingest the change stand to capitalize on it in a bigger, better way. A better return on your investment of time and energy, because we're in the midst of convergence of technology and nutrition and communications. And now we're going to go to one more area. I want to show you how this is happening again in the marketplace. You see social media, it's everywhere. But let's look what's happening in the economy. Now, people in general don't really care about the economy. They care more about their economy. And Americans are working longer hours for essentially the same amount of money. Longer hours for the same amount of money. Look at your situation. Look around the world. Earlier this year, 2015, we heard about Greece going bankrupt. It was all in the news every day. But 11 other countries are also nearing bankruptcy. In the United States, 51 cities have either declared bankrupt or are going bankrupt. These are government agencies who have mismanaged your money going bankrupt. And it's not just that. In the last few weeks, $2.1 trillion disappeared from the market. That's from your 401k, your IRA, your SEP IRA, your retirement plan. If it's in the marketplace, if it's based on the marketplace, in the last few weeks, you lost money. You had no control about it. None. But you do have control of your economy. And if your retirement plan is based on lottery tickets, well, wake up. The state of Illinois, just a couple weeks ago, announced that they're giving IOUs for lottery winners. So if that's your retirement plan, you're in trouble. Big trouble. Now here's how this is played out for you and me. Our company took 27 years to go from 0 to $1 billion in revenue. In the history of direct sales, only 13 companies have gone to over $1 billion in revenue. Out of the 13, we're in the youngest and the fewest countries. And in 2009, when we started implementing the genetic gene expression technology, in just 5 years, we doubled the size of the company. And if we stay on that track and just keep doing what we're doing right now, then 2020, 4.5 years from now, will be $5.6 billion. That's what we told Wall Street. We're very conservative with Wall Street. Inside the company, our CEO has been quoted as saying he expects that number to be $10 billion. And out of that $10 billion, $7 billion will be the product called Youth that's coming out November 12th. That means, folks, that somewhere between $3 and $7 billion is sitting on the table waiting for you and I to capitalize on it. Waiting for you and I to recognize the new markets, the new customers, and the opportunity right in front of us, right here, right now, today. And what have we done with this so far? We've created more millionaires than any other company in our industry. Over 1,100 people have earned $1 million or more with our company. Now look at your company. How many people in your company have earned $1 million or more? And how many people are between you and that person? What are your chances of getting to that position? And if you're thinking about going back to school and paying money for a couple of years so that you can increase your value in the marketplace, how long will that take you? What will that cost you in terms of opportunity? And again, how many people in front of you would have that same degree? There are none so blind as those who would not see. The money that's in front of you, it could be a little bit or a lot. If you just want to make a few $100s a month, that's great. If you want to make a lot, well, to get to the top of the company where you see the red circle around the 12, the average length of time that it took someone in 2014 to get to that level was 24 months. Again, you cannot get a full college degree in that amount of time. And what would be the opportunity cost and the financial cost if you did go back to college? How many people are still in front of you in your company? And what you're looking at today is the convergence of technology and nutrition and social media and the economy all coming together to give you an incredible opportunity to improve your position. Now, how are you going to do it? You're going to do it with support and mentoring. Just like you learned every other great thing in your life. You learned to swim, you learned to drive a car, you learned to be married, you learned to be a parent by doing those things. You don't analyze over a bunch of forms and documents and books and letters and CDs to learn those things. You learn them by doing them. And support and mentoring is part of the process. We're going to match your energy. As hard as you're willing to work for yourself, we're willing to work for and with you, most especially with you. And so there are 4 options you have at this point. You can keep doing what you're doing. There are none so blind as those who refuse to see. Some people are going to watch this happen, and some people are going to wonder what happened, and some people are going to make it happen. You have several choices. You can just use our products. We are happy to have you as a customer, a happy customer. In 2014, on our annual report, 60% of our revenue was from customers, happy customers. If you just want to make a little bit of money, you share the products. Become a distributor, get your toe wet, dabble, okay? You want to make a lot of money? You build the team. Just like you did when you played sports. Somebody becomes a team captain, you pick players, and you play the game. And you're going to have coaching, mentoring, and support every step of the way to show you how it's done. Show you. That's the operative word there. And if you want to make a whole lot of money, you're going to teach others to do what you've done. Plain and simple. Now, there are 3 ways for you to physically start with us. If you're the kind of person that goes up to the edge of the pool or the lake or the ocean and just dips your toe in, if you're very cautious and you just want to try the products, great. Here's a great package. It's a good way to get started. The Epic Essential Oils, fastest growing category in all of direct sales. It's a very easy sale. Here, smell this. How do you feel? How much do you want? $175 to get started. That's a good way. Better way? Here's the package of the most reordered products around the world for our company. That's market research. That's the market telling you that these are the products we want over and over and over again over the years. It's called the Core Foundation Package, the most reordered products our company has to offer. That's a better way to get started. And the best way to get started is to become a business builder. I see the trends, I understand the trends, I grasp the trends, I'm digesting the trends, and you're willing to help me, so I'm going to do this. You get oils packages to sell to recover your investment. You get the Core Foundation Package. You get the first FDA-cleared facial spa. Your value is $2,200. More than that, actually. So over $2,000 worth of value. And wealthy people make their decisions based on value, not cost. Okay? Your investment is just $1,350. Here's a summary of what I just showed you. Good, better, and best. Now, if you're like most business owners and most entrepreneurs, you want to know how you're going to make your money back quickly. Okay? That's the whole point of business. Recover your investment, make the profit. Let me show you how. So the best value, best strategy, you're going to get the Business Builder Package. You get the first FDA-cleared facial spa. You get 6 of the oils packages to recover your investment. You get the facial gels and the pearls so you can demonstrate the spa and show people the difference in their face in 10 minutes or less. You're going to get the Core Foundation Package for free. So those are all the items that your family uses on a daily basis. And then your value, again, $2,200 worth of value. Your investment is just $1,350. You're going to get 1,250 commission points when you do that. So let me show you how you recover it. So you get 6 packages that you can recover $1,050 of your investment. You're going to get a free website to help you connect to the social media revolution that's happening around you. And you're going to end up, the bottom line, you invested $1,350, you recouped $1,050, you're keeping the spa, the gels, the pearls, and the Core Foundation Package, $1,218 worth of value for just $300. And you could be very happy if you just stopped right there. That would be fine. You see, when people you share this presentation with, when they, in turn, are done, they're going to turn around to you and say, which way did you get started? So that's why the best package is the best value and the best strategy. And here's how you recover your investment and get in the black in your first week, month, or day. Okay? And so you find 4 people that want to do the same thing. Your commission on that will be $250. You'll also get another package that you can sell for $380 or more. That's wholesale. You get $250 in commission, $1,050 from selling the 6 oils package. That's $1,680 coming back into your bank account. Your investment was just $1,350. You are $330 net in your first month, your first week, your first day, or your first hour. Depends on your drive. Now you're an executive with our company, and that's what makes you eligible for the bonus pool and 2 free, all expense paid trips for 2 to a 5-star resort. So you help 4 others become executives. You're going to go to Maui. That's the next trip we're qualifying for, and the deadline for that is coming up. So the trip after that is still a secret. We won't know what that is until October. But I promise you, they're incredible destinations. And so, folks, what if you could determine the way you age? There's a convergence of technology and nutrition and gene expression science happening in the marketplace today, giving you the ability to determine the way you age. You want to end up old, only you want to be vertical and have money to do the things you want to do. And what if you could move beyond comfortable in your financial situation? What if you could get to a place where you could do what you want to do with the people you love? And what if you could actually make a difference in your world, in your life, in your community? Because the reality is, once you have a roof over your head and once you have food on your table, that's what life is about. That's what we're here on this planet for. We're here to serve each other. And that, folks, is the name of the game. We're here to serve each other. Now, in conclusion, I do want to say this. There are some people who are going to refuse to see what's happening around them. You can go to pretty much any news media outlet that you prefer and confirm what I've been sharing with you over the last few minutes. And for those people that have vision, you're in a great place. Where there is no vision, people perish. But if you see this, if you get this, then get back with the person that shared this information with you and let them know which way you want to get started. It's been a pleasure being here with you. Y'all have a blessed day.